Right, good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is. I'm Dead the Drunk, and today we are going to be looking at some more settlement builds. We are going to head over to Graygarden before carrying on to Oberland Station. Now this is my Minuteman build. We are colonising the Commonwealth one settlement at a time. Although this time I think it's we're colonising two. We're doing two because they're only small settlements. They're not as sprawling as some of the others I've done, or as complicated. So we're going to head over to Graygarden first. Now a disclaimer, I don't use mods, but I do use Creation Club assets. Most notably on these ones, Settlement Ambush Kit and the Arcade Cabinet Kit, I think it's called. I'd have to double check. Now, Graygarden, as you well know, is an automated farm set up pre-war, and I've left it with that same philosophy. I'm keeping it completely automated, no human settlers there. Little diversion away from our typical approach to settlement building. Right, and it should just be over this ridge. Okay, it's a little bit further. As I say, we don't use mods, only Creation Club assets. I do use a couple of glitches, mainly pillar glitches, and occasionally I use glitches to just increase the space, the build space. Right, we're approaching. I'm just going to take the high ground so you can see overhead. And I've done a little bit, not too much. We've got two gates, well, three ways in. We've got doors at the front, which we'll have a quick look at. Don't know who that is. Right, okay, some random Brotherhood guy walking around the perimeter. So I've got an entrance here, which is the way the caravan goes. A couple of turrets on a platform. I decided to do something different instead of just using scaffolding. I decided to create my own platform using assets from the Contraptions DLC. A couple of floors and some warehouse girders. We've got security fencing around from the Settlement Ambush Kit. It's purely aesthetic because they can spawn inside. Well, it just gives it that feel. We are using a little bit of scaffolding on this side to create another entrance. A couple of guard posts, both from Settlement. Well, one from Settlement Ambush Kit, the other one from the Vault-Tec workshop. The garden's pretty much the same as is the greenhouse. I've scrapped a lot of clutter for resources and space. It's relatively straightforward. We do have a little shack here. There is a logic gate. I can't remember why that's there. I think I was just testing something. I didn't really build that very well. There's a door. Yeah, didn't think that through. But this shack is literally just a safe house. There's somewhere for me to save on the way as I'm playing on survival. Most notable thing here is Grub-a-Dub's Grub, a factory. I'll let you guess what we're building. Food. So it's pretty straightforward. We've got security camera monitors, but it doesn't look. Oh yes, I have set up security cameras. We'll have a quick look see at them. It's been that long since I actually did the majority of the work on this that I can't remember where I've put the cameras. As it was only yesterday that I put the fencing up to finish it off. Otherwise, it's all been done quite a long time ago. So we've got one overlooking the greenhouse, one inside the factory, one overlooking the southern entrance, and that's it. I've left this settlement as purely a farm rather than anything else. I've put the food factory in because it makes sense to have some sort of food processing station at a farm since you've got the resources. But all in all, that is pretty much it. It's just a couple of little touches that I've put, like putting little spotlights here to illuminate signs. You don't really see it in the dark, but it does pop a bit more in the light. And that's about it for Graygarden. Now we're just going to take a very brief stroll across to Oberland Station. And I'll take the opportunity to explain what I'm doing with Oberland Station. I'm making a checkpoint. Now we've got a lot of settlements in Fallout where they're quite small. They're not very, there's not a lot of room to build, so rather than building upwards and making it more complicated, I've made some out to be little checkpoints, little safe houses. I'll try and do something a little unique with each one. I do have a couple more that I'm working on as well in terms of checkpoints. It's also the reason why we're doing 2 in 1. So if we head over to this checkpoint, as you can see as it renders in, it's all fortified with the walls from settlement ambush kit. Point OS, Point Oberland Station. And a little entrance using a boxcar, I thought it was fitting. A little turret and a guard post outside. You can't really see it in the daylight, but there is some lights from the arcade kit. We have a very narrow bunkhouse down here, a few sort of gaming pitches. There's a southern entrance as well, set up the same way with the boxcar, a little station for caravans right outside. As you can see, it's just walled off all the way around. We're going to head to the east. We'll just quickly go up here and use the walkway. We've got a little bathroom in here. It's very straightforward, just a sink, bath, toilet, just to fill up a little bit of space. We've got our farming down here, as you're probably familiar with if you've found Oberland Station. It's usually one of the first ones you go to, or get sent to by Preston Garvey rather. We've got our typical artillery encampment. I stole the idea from another YouTuber, Oxon, who has used this a couple of times. I think it's quite a cool idea to build it like that and make use of these round concrete pieces. And this walkway brings us all the way back. Now if we head up here, I've set up a complicated system of scaffolding, which allows you to head into here with a little jump. We've got another guard station here with our chief.
Let's trade some things.
Go ahead.
He has his chief signature, a hunter, which is a 308 rifle with, I think it's iron sights or glow sights. Very World War II sort of feel. Got a couple of turrets up here overlooking the north and the south. Radio beacon and our cameras, which we'll have a quick look at now. Just drop down and there's our security camera and monitors. So if we go over to Oberland Station, Clicking confirm would help. So we have our cameras mounted to the top all in one place. Does make it a lot easier to do that. So we've got the camera pointing south. Got a camera point east. We've got a very glitched camera pointing to the west. And one to the south. And that should be it. There shouldn't be any more. No. So let's cut the feed. And there's just one little section to have a quick look at. So if we quickly run back down. We head over to our little chef, because they pop up everywhere. Another British reference to motorways in the 90s. We have a settler. Fun fact, if you can't find the settler at the bar here, they're probably in that block underneath. That confused me the other day, because I'm sure I did have a bartender. I looked high and low, couldn't find them until I realised what had happened. We've got a little saving counter from the Voltec workshop. Done nice and simple. Various seating, a few decor and a bit of lighting. And now we've got our arcade. We kept it extremely simple. Every single cabinet that comes with that Creation Club asset, and a couple of Voltec lighting to add a bit more colour. I did actually name this as well, Arcade Mode. However, I put that in and then I put the boxcar entrance in, totally forgetting about it. But you can see a little bit more lighting down there. And we've actually blocked off this entrance, so now it's only one way in and out. Didn't think of that. And that is around about it. We do have, to get the electrics in, I had to use conduit going around, and it was really awkward. It looks like it's actually connected. If I just quickly move this, you'll see how this is connected. I forgot about that. They connect directly to conduit. And then they connect one to the other. So you can line them all up in a row and they connect to each other. I believe there is a little connector at the top as well, so you can just use wires if you don't want to use conduit. Conduit does take up a lot of space. As you can see in the top right, the size of the settlement, it's pretty much max. And that is mainly because it is quite a small build size off the top of my head. So yeah, we've got a little bit of decoration outside the bar, liquor, waffles, Coca-Cola floats, and that is about it. Right, I do plan on doing a few more of these settlement builds in the future. I know it's been quite a while. I do have a couple more settlements that are nearly done. It's just getting around to putting the finishing touches. I think they're both going to be checkpoints as well. I'm also working on quite a large factory as well, but I don't know when I'll get that done. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen, please drop me a subscribe, hit the like, and check out the link down below. I've got links to my social media as well as my Twitch, which I stream 5 nights out of 7, as well as a couple of times during the day on the weekend if I have a bit of free time. So I've been Dead the Drunk, and thanks for watching.